We're uncovering the chilling details behind a fatal shooting in the heart of Brooklyn's Bushwick Arts District early Monday morning. Channel 7's Elena Ramirez reports live with the updates. Elena? That's right. This incident in Bushwick stemmed from a clash between an up-and-coming rapper and her business handler. Now authorities are debating if it was justified protection or manslaughter in the second degree. Welcome to True Crime Seeker. We appreciate your presence here. Comment where you are watching from, and remember to subscribe. A fierce dispute put Liana Voss behind bars, charged with fatally shooting a man. You are detained on one count of second-degree murder. Per state business filings, the rapper, stage name Viana, runs a production label named Fierce Rebel Sounds. Officials claim the altercation involved her handler. From her account, the deceased was her handler, and she identifies as a musician. But the trigger for the dispute remains unclear. Law enforcement received a gunfire detection ping at about 1:30 a.m. on North 5th Street near Bushwick Murals. Drawing from bystander accounts and unreleased security feeds, Voss and the operator of a silver BMW exited the vehicle, clearly agitated, and started quarreling. Initially, the operator struck Voss, slamming her down. Then the supposed victim, her handler, joined in and assaulted her. Your Honor, the report plainly shows Ms. Voss under attack by two males, thrown to the pavement, essentially. After the beating ceased, authorities say Voss drew a weapon and fired at her handler. He succumbed at the medical center. The artist claims she feared for her existence. When Miss Voss spoke to the detective, she reported the deceased threatened, "I'll end you with one punch," which would terrify anyone. Voss was also struck by the silver BMW as the operator fled. The court will decide on self-defense, as a magistrate upheld probable cause. This scenario, had she fired amid the beating, might have been defensible, but since he was backing off when she began shooting, it shifts to her committing the alleged crime. Precisely at 1:35 a.m. on October 9, 2023, in Brooklyn's lively Bushwick district, security cams recorded an event that polarized society indefinitely. Several shots rang out across the deserted roads. A female loomed over a male's inert form. A silver BMW raced off, chaos trailing behind. The female was Viana, a 27-year-old rising rapper and head of Fierce Rebel Sounds. The male dying on the concrete was her handler, the operator who escaped after mowing her down. Still at large, still unindicted, still an enigma. Here's the dilemma that's fractured online forums for nearly 2 years. Was Viana a ruthless assassin who gunned down her handler publicly, or a female battling for survival against dual threats intent on her demise? By this video's close, you'll possess all the intel I unearthed. You'll scrutinize the security tape second by second. You'll absorb her precise police statement. You'll grasp why this saga faded from media, and you'll judge her guilt. This saga packs it all. Deception in the rap world, security tape seizing each savage instant, 3 fractured ribs, mortal warnings, a vehicular assault, a legal tangle unresolved in 2025. Viana lingers under home confinement, awaiting a hearing that might never arrive. Tap that alert icon now, as when this proceeding erupts, and I'm convinced it will, you'll crave instant updates. This tale is ongoing. We'll dissect every security frame. I'll unveil the bond between Viana and her handler that spiraled lethal. We'll probe why a magistrate noted a solid protection argument, yet indicted her for homicide. You'll learn how a silver BMW turned deadly, and I'll disclose why this volatile matter evaporated from reports. But prior to diving in, share your stance on hearing female rapper shoots handler. What's your initial hunch? Post your candid take in comments now. Self-protection or homicide? Your gut might flip by video's end. Tell me below. I scan all responses. Now let's unpack the real events that night in Bushwick. Liana Camila Voss, alias Viana, embodied the hustle every indie creator endures. At 27, she wasn't merely pursuing stardom. She forged an enterprise. As boss of Fierce Rebel Sounds, she juggled roles: performer, creator, marketer, and mogul. This wasn't casual or auxiliary. Fierce Rebel Sounds embodied her quest to shatter conventional rap industry shackles that bind artists in poverty and reliance. Viana grasped what many budding talents miss. Skill solo won't cover costs. She self-crafted her beats, secured gigs, and curated her online image with executive finesse. Her socials flaunted not only tunes but her savvy. She branded as both talent and leader, a tactic distinguishing thriving independents from perpetual strugglers. But here's the overlooked truth of Brooklyn's rap landscape. It's ruthless. Rivalry intense, funds scarce, ties sour swiftly. The borough birthing icons like Biggie and Jay-Z also devours countless aspirants annually. Indie creators vie for booth slots, performance spots that pivotal link to breakthrough. Here, your handler isn't mere associate. They manage schedules, finances, trajectory. They grip your ascent keys. They can propel you upward or demolish your foundation. For Vianna, who'd poured all into fierce rebel sounds, this link wasn't just vocational. It was existence. A bad handler could crush her aspirations pre-bloom. What she ignored was October 9, 2023, would strain that link most viciously. Now, address the male who perished that evening. For legal causes, his name stayed hushed in key outlets, but their work interplay is vital to this puzzle. He was Vianna's handler, the one she entrusted with deals, packs, and path steering. In rap, artist-handler bonds are deeply personal. They access your funds, fears, grandest goals. They negotiate your destiny, absent you. They're meant as champion, shield, commerce sentinel. Though unverified on their exact clashes, sector norms spin common yarns. Money rifts abound. Talents uncover handlers, skimming excess, or deciding unilaterally. Authority tilts when one commands chances, earnings, networks, career envy surfaces, as the artist gains autonomy or challenges calls. October 9th's occurrences imply this bond hit rupture. Something major warranting midnight rendezvous. Something pressing to board a ride with two males at 1 a.m. in Bushwick. Then the enigma figure, the silver BMW's operator. Officials vowed pursuit for his narrative. Yet alarmingly, his persona and location stay obscure. This figure observed all. He joined the bodily onslaught. He bolted, clipping Vianna en route. His non-presence sparks queries on if probes truly chased leads, or if his background conceals more than Doc's show. October 8th turns 9th. Past 1 a.m. in Bushwick, Brooklyn's creative hub, where innovation and turmoil coexist. The area morphed from factory ruin to cultural epicenter, alive with exhibits, workshops, and nocturnal spots. Murals blanket surfaces, forming a canvas for creators to imprint globally. This spot births visions, yet also fractures them. Identical paths that elevate careers observe ambition's shadows. Botched packs, fractured alliances, despair fueling lethal picks. Vianna enters a silver BMW with two males, her handler in rear, enigma operator steering. None know the dialogue en route or what pack demanded such timing. The auto navigates Bushwick's silent lanes toward a site by famed Bushwick murals, where crowds flock daytime to view vivid art. Something transpired inside that ride, something morphing a commerce meet into life-death clash. The strain brewing in their vocational tie poised to erupt into fury, leaving one dead, another scrapping for liberty. Luckily for probes, Bushwick boasts vast monitoring nets. Numerous cams span the zone, logging street views fully. The gunfire sensor adds tech layer to night's chronicle. What these setups snared became core proof in a matter testing our grasp of protection, endurance, and equity. Each cruel second taped, yielding impartial log to either rescue Vianna or doom her. Here's the security tape as verity bearer. And verity hunters, the forthcoming is harrowing. The silver BMW halts on North 5th Street. Within, visible tense motions, loud tones, evident turmoil. Vianna departs first. Her posture yells anguish. She's visibly rattled, striding with haste of one fleeing car's ordeal. But the operator won't relent. He exits, his demeanor stark contrast. Raw hostility beams from his steps nearing Vianna. Recall, this male dwarfs her. He's not soothing or settling the car's eruption. He's amplifying, advancing with clear malice. Then her handler leaves the auto. Ponder this. The male tasked to guard her career, stakes, safety, finances, the one she confided her vocational life, who oversaw gigs, prospects, Brooklyn rap ascent. Rather than intervening, calming, shielding his charge, he allies the fray. Now 2 males versus 1 female. Midnight on vacant Bushwick Road, no observers, no aid near. Vianna outmatched, outsized, utterly exposed, but cams miss sound, per Vianna's police words. Then her handler uttered the phrase haunting this forever. I'll end you with one punch. Absorb that. One strike from a far bigger male. At 1:35 a.m., on empty Brooklyn Road, his partner there, primed to aid the vow. Vianna faces potential final breaths. Halt here and say, if a double-sized threat vowed your end with one blow, your action. Authentic replies solely. The operator doesn't shove Vianna. He hurls her groundward with savage might. She smacks asphalt fiercely. This ain't tussle or fiery spat gone tactile. This is vicious battery, bone-shattering, life-ending kind. The crash solo could have harmed gravely, but onslaught commences. As she's floored on cement, both males launch. Tape depicts her handler engaging, escalating terror to lethal potential. At a point, surveillance shows trio grounded, second male atop Viana. She's pinned below, inescapable, wholly vulnerable. Briefly, operator seems to yank handler off. Mercy, insight, or plotting worse. Viana later claimed to cops they schemed next phase, plotting finale. The pause wasn't respite, it was tactic. She collects items and retreats. In her view, she evaded peak. Beating done. She's alive, aware. Perhaps they're sated. Perhaps safety awaits. Aid escaped from duo who ravaged her publicly. But her handler persists. Tape reveals him chasing as she distances from brutality. This ain't welfare check. No regret or worry. This is hunt. Extension of car's start and street surge. He glances BMW ward briefly, but Viana's choice alters all. She delves her sack. Viana draws a pistol. Now this matter legally knots, as New York statute specifics lethal force use. You may employ deadly means if rationally deeming it essential to avert immediate death or severe injury. Core term immediate, occurring now not prior not eventual. Thus query, this instant, handler paces distant, assault technically halted, was Viana in immediate peril? Prosecution later contended he retreated. Danger lapsed. Defense insists ongoing threat, able to fulfill NU vow. Viana unleashes rounds. Her handler dashes, dodging his deed's fallout. The male part of brutal duo assault now bolts for survival. He crumples in path, but firing endures. Here's the saga's hottest debate. Security tape displays Viana nearing down male and persisting shots. This instant prosecutors clutched, claiming premeditated kill style. We're uncovering the chilling details behind a fatal shooting in the heart of Brooklyn's Bushwick Arts District early Monday morning. Channel 7's Elena Ramirez reports live with the updates. Elena. That's right, Maria. This incident in Bushwick stemmed from a clash between an up-and-coming rapper and her business handler. Now authorities are debating if it was justified protection or manslaughter in the second degree. A fierce dispute put Liana Voss behind bars, charged with fatally shooting a man. You are detained on one count of second-degree murder. Per state business filings, the rapper, stage name Viana, runs a production label named Fierce Rebel Sounds. Officials claim the altercation involved her handler. From her account, the deceased was her handler, and she identifies as a musician. But the trigger for the dispute remains unclear. Law enforcement received a gunfire detection ping at about 1:30 a.m. on North 5th Street near Bushwick Murals. Drawing from bystander accounts and unreleased security feeds, Voss and the operator of a silver BMW exited the vehicle, clearly agitated, and started quarreling. Initially, the operator struck Voss, slamming her down. Then the supposed victim, her handler, joined in and assaulted her. Your Honor, the report plainly shows Ms. Voss under attack by two males, thrown to the pavement essentially. After the beating ceased, authorities say Voss drew a weapon and fired at her handler. He succumbed at the medical center. The artist claimed she feared for her existence. When Ms. Voss spoke to the detective, she reported the deceased threatened, "I'll end you with one punch," which would terrify anyone. Voss was also struck by the silver BMW as the operator fled. The court will decide on self-defense, as a magistrate upheld probable cause. This scenario, had she fired amid the beating, might have been defensible, but since he was backing off when she began shooting, it shifts to her committing the alleged crime. But Viana's attorneys offer alternate view. They assert shock, trauma, adrenaline-fueled terror post-duo brutalization vowing her end. After savage beating and kill pledge, logic doesn't snap back when power flips. Trauma defies that. Amid ensuing mayhem, operator chooses revealing his essence. Over aiding ally, dialing emergency, salvaging bleeding street mail, he leaps into silver BMW and guns it. Auto clips Viana escaping. 3 fractured ribs, widespread contusions. The female who just repelled dual assailants, now vehicular victim, harmed by same male aiding her prior torment. Operator vanishes, ditching dying comrade, stranding 2 wounded on Bushwick Road. Gunfire sensor already flagged NYPD. Cops find Viana hurt, handler expiring from shots. Both rushed to Kings County Hospital's trauma unit, medics battling for dual lives. Sole survivor that eve. Probes held ideal case builders. Multi-angle security. Sensor pinpointing time/spot. Scene debris. Survivor tales. Yet complication. Evident vicious battery on tape. Trailed by lethal reply breaching bounds. At facility, amid injury care, Viana conversed with sleuths, her tale steady. Protection, life dread, verbal menace implying doom. Even facing tape hinting handlers back turned for shots. She held firm, terrified, convinced peril lingered. Officials vowed hunting BMW operator for his tail. This figure key. Joined initial battery. Eyed full clash. Vehicular strike on Viana. Scene bolt. His words could clarify fight spark. Utterances. Initial scheme. Yet nearly 2 years on, no public nod to locating this vital observer. The male elucidating deadly clash start, who aided Viana's thrashing, ditched dying pal, vehicular assault on shooter. His whereabouts, why no trace via plate registry. Viana detained, indicted second-degree murder with firearm, not first. Key, second-degree implies prosecutors see deadly aim sans forethought. Firearm add-on boosts sentence if guilty. Debut court unveiled case core strain. Public counsel claimed clear protection. Duo males versus lone female. Magistrate Sandra Klein conceded Viana's plight but uttered defining legal war phrase. She holds strong protection argument. But victim retreated, and she fired post-beating. Magistrate noted in session. Digest her words. She admits solid protection case, yet upholds homicide cause. This encapsulates all. Yes, savagely assaulted, but justified lethal when trigger pulled. Bond first refused, but externally. Sentiment brewed rapid. Socials ignited fund drives. Petitions. Tags backing Viana. Some viewed female repelling outsized dual threats. Others vigilante act. Self-law when aid culpable. Web split. Division intensifying with details. Backers cited tape's brutal battery. Detractors eyed ongoing shots post-turn. Both valid. Court sole arbiter. Saga spotlighted core protection law queries. Prosecution's arsenal. Tape, multi-shots, apparent retreat victim. Defense's potency. Duo savage onslaught. Kill vows. Survival female. Arena primed for testing. New York's protection statutes. Subsequent session shifted. Bond fixed at $50,000. Stringent. Home lock. Tracking. November 20th, 2023. Viana bonded. Freed to domicile restraint. That day, social post. Words deliberate. Home at last. 3 fractured ribs. Bruises everywhere. Healing/resting. Case mute but pray your support endures. Note emphasis wounds. Assaults tangible proof. Likely counsel guided to stress victimhood. Sans shooting talk. Then case hush. Narrative seemingly erased from bulletins. No hearing dates. No plea news. No prosecution's defense briefs. For nationally gripping saga sparking protection gender violence debates. Reporting void odd. Hours comb dockets. News vaults filings. By September 2025, no open resolve record. No proceeding. Plea verdict drop. As if Viana and matter vaporized from judiciary. This quiet prompts uneasy queries. Quiet plea unreported. Prosecutors fortifying, legal snags delaying, or systemic slip. Info dearth concerns given public buzz. Abuse advocates, protection groups, crime circles tracked. Yet total view eclipse. Should this proceed prosecutors pitch? Viana assaulted, composed, departed, then reverted to terminate handler's life. Tape shows him distancing at fire. Not panic single shot. Multi-neared persisted. Implies execution aim not guard. But Viana's counsel wields strong rebuttals. Duo males thrashed half-sized female. Handler vowed end you one punch. Direct kill threat from capable executor. Inseparable shooting from battery. Traumatized, harmed, true life fear. New York's no retreat stance. If jury-bound pivotal query. Would rational in Viana's shoes deem lethal essential to block immediate death, severe harm? But nuance. Rational gauge muddies with trauma soul adrenaline. Sans operator's words. Pre-tape unknowns. Full bond dynamics. Jury's decision partial. Fled witness grips outcome altering data. Prosecution must show malicious aim over rational dread. Defense sway jurors on circumstance totality justification. Both hurdles loom. Saga exposes justice pattern woes. Females claiming protection face doubt from accusers, benches, panels. When females counter attackers, survival criminalized over lauded. Viana backers claim prosecution for victim refusal, not offense.
Plus industry abuse query. Handlers grip talents cash paths tomorrows. Artist handler power can toxify, especially finance/personal cross. Critics say Viana self-justiced. No cops call. De-escalate try. Bystander aid. Lethal pick when alternatives possible. Vigilante over legit protection. But backers query. Her option, await knockout. Hope halt. Trust aid pre-grave harm or death. To them, rational response to immediate menace. Case stall queries system handling complex protection claims. Wrap power setups may fuel tragedy. When vocational ties personalize. Finance control breeds reliance. Work rifts violentize. Sector issues needing fix. Queries linger. But Saga shifted talks on protection. Abuse crediting fighting females. Convict or free. Viana's exposed handling flaws where victim turns accused. One died Bushwick night. Another battered scarred. Both merit equity. Saga compels facing harsh on authority. Fury endurance. Challenges victim/perp presumptions. Shows swift shift artist to accused. Guardian to indicted. Till resolve Viana limbo. Unfree unconvicted. Unvindicated uncondemned. Her narrative warns justice lag off denial. All sans closure/peace. So status true crime kin. Divide all intel I dug. Savage onslaught, kill vow. Firing, vehicular hit, legal stall. The ruling? We've probed each facet. From Viana's rap visions to fatal Bushwick Eve altering all. You've learned duo attack, death promise. Tape capture, enigma operator trace vanished. Post guilty for homicide think. Innocent for protection. Unsure for more need and why. I scan all. Views aid case grasp. For updates on this Otsakan, sub and alert. When Viana's hearing hits convinced it will. First know. If this probe hooked, view unsolved playlist for sleepless nights. Thanks for community seeking verity. Equity demands survivor aid. Till next, stay secure. Recall truth merits battle. Next saga? Suggest below. Fair hearing for Viana? Why not? Share vid with needy hearer.